Last episode, we finally won our first points-paying NASCAR Cup Series race at Pocono Raceway in a fuel mileage thriller against the number 77 of Carson Hocevar. Both of us were going head-to-head in the final lap in a duel for victory now as we come into Atlanta Motor Speedway here this weekend, and we're going to jump straight into qualifying, and we had some big news this weekend. Well, first bit of news is I'm going to be racing in the Truck Series this weekend for Aspire Motorsports, and on top of that, we have some official news on some silly season. We have known pretty well all season long that Alex Bowman is on the way out from Hendrick Motorsports, and it is official after the news of Kyle Busch heading out from RCR. Alex Bowman will drive the Cheddar's number 8 Richard Childress Chevrolet in the next season for 2027, and hopefully we'll see him have a very solid season over there. But Alex Bowman to the RCR number 8, which is a bit surprising because I think a lot of us expected Jesse Love to get into that number 8 car, but a bit of a surprise there, and I have to wonder if there's maybe a different plan right now in place for Jesse Love. We ended up 23rd here in qualifying now, and we have had one heck of a turnaround this season in our second season of Cup Series competition, from, of course, winning nothing to winning the All-Star race, and then we come out and win in Pocono, and the question is now, can we go back-to-back and win here in Echo Park? As we take on the Truck Series race here the day before Saturday afternoon, and cutting straight to the final 9 laps of this race here in this number 07 Chevrolet Silverado for the Aspire Motorsports team. And on top of that as well, thinking about the schedule coming up, we got some road courses coming up. We got Chicago, we got as well Sonoma, so I know we're going to have some very real opportunities to win, in these next few episodes. I say that the road courses are pretty difficult to beat the top AI in this game, so we'll see how it goes. But I think we genuinely could win here this weekend in Echo Park or in Atlanta as well. So hopefully we can continue kind of thriving, which is, what we've been doing here as of late now. And with that win last episode, I mean, it shot us up into the top 7 in the standings as well. Of course, 16 drivers make the chase for the Cup, and we're getting a little bit closer to that chase now as we continue slicing through this middle lane, through the field of trucks now with 5 laps to go in this race, and we just continue to commit to the middle lane, and it was working as we are now into the top 10 with just 4 laps to go at this point, behind the 98 of Ty Majeski, and up front it was Grant Enfinger right now as well, Gio Ruggiero up there, Parker Kligerman, Corey Heim as well, and coming to 3 to go, the middle lane would start to fade, and the inside line would get a big boost of momentum into turn 1, and all of a sudden, as we came to 2 to go, things had shifted. The inside line had broken up a little bit, and the middle lane had started to move forward, so here we go back into the now 8th position, just behind Gio Ruggiero, and we would split right through the middle here between him and his teammate there of Tanner Gray, as we go into turn 3, approaching the final lap now, and we're going to be suddenly, with help from Corey Heim, leading the middle lane as we roll through the turn 3 and off of turn 4. 1 lap to go. Jake Garcia out in front with Rhodes to his inside. The 2 ThorSport cars or trucks now as Hemrick cut my nose off right there into turn 1, and again right there as it's very tight racing now, and we might have one opportunity here as we head down this back straightaway now in this middle lane. They go top. I'm splitting in between. We're going to give a shot to the back of the 98 of Ben Rhodes. Big push from behind as well into turn 3 from Tanner Gray, and we're going to push Rhodes out in front into P2. Are we going to have enough of a run? I don't think we will. We get close. Within a car length, we'll pull out a line, but it's not enough. Ben Rhodes would hang on to take the win here in the Truck Series, but a great momentum kind of building weekend again to go into this weekend here in Echo Park, where we have brand new colors, new design, new sponsor on the car as well. Jack Links on this Flames number 15 Junior Motorsports Chevrolet. And you see the flyover, panning over to our beautiful number 15. We are ready to go racing here now, and it's 65 laps of racing. These Atlanta races can get pretty chaotic, and we start from 23rd position as the green flag is out, and we take on Atlanta for the second time this season here, and it's going to be 15 laps in this first and opening stage at full tank of fuel, by the way. is 15 laps. So it's going to be close, but everybody should be able to make it to the end of stage 1. Stage 2, of course, gets a little bit lengthier. Stage 3 will be a similar length to that second stage, so we will need to be coming into the pit lane in those second and third stages. Carson Hocevar, so close to winning his first career race at Pocono last episode, and then in real life goes on to win at Talladega IRL. You guys know, I've said it so many times, not a fan of Carson Hocevar, never have been, but he is starting to win me over a little bit now. After a really epic celebration, he's on a bit of a trend now of not just bulldozing drivers for no reason, which I've been a big fan of as well. He's starting to actually win me over a little bit. I can see myself rooting for him in the future if he continues on the arc that he's on. I always get questions from people that are like, well, why don't you like Carson Hocevar? He's got a good personality. And I always come back and say, when I do talk about it, I don't care about your personality when you have a history of running people over for no reason. In the truck series, he intentionally wrecked several drivers. He intentionally wrecked himself to bring out cautions. I don't like that type of driving. I think it didn't really have a place in motorsport. I love aggressive driving, but when they have finesse to it, and he didn't have any of that. But we're starting to see a bit of a change from Carson Hocevar, and I have absolutely no problem admitting that, and I like what I'm seeing. I really do, and I can see myself starting to cheer for this guy, in the future. If he continues on the path he's on, who knows, maybe he'll win a race and then be like, well, I can kind of do wrecking I want now and start wrecking people again. But as of right now, I like what I see from the 77 IRL, and I don't like what I see right here in the game, because I am 4 wide. Ty Gibbs shot to the middle, and now we're 4 wide down this back straightaway here, going into turn number 3 with 10 laps to go, approaching 9 into the corner, and we have to lift because that 54 was crowding us down right there, and just like that we drop back down to about where we started here in 22nd, 23rd area. But by just staying on the inside, we would work all the way back up into about the top 15 by lap 9 of the stage. So just staying on the inside was really beneficial here. And now up front you got the 22 of Joey Logano looking for his first win of the season. He has not won since the Daytona 500 last season, and of course had an injury earlier this season that took him out for a couple of races as well, where we saw Carson Kvapil get behind the wheel of that number 22 and actually have a few competitive runs. We are getting physical here in Atlanta. Some wild, intense racing in the early portions of this race. Now we will be racing, of course, into the sunset, and the sun will be down probably by the end of the stage, and then it will be nighttime now as Logano's trying to hang on as we're coming up on just a few more laps of racing here in this first and opening stage, and we have broken just barely into the top 10 by staying again on the bottom by the time we come to the final lap. Joey Logano leads the way right now into turn 1. Alex Bowman, who we just learned the future for him is at that number 8 for Richard Childress Racing next season. Right now it's got himself up there in P2. How about Ross Chastain up here in the mix? I'm going to cut the 23, a bit of a break right there. That got really tight. Reddick shooting through the middle, but I don't think anybody's got enough for the 22. Off turn 4, we're going to be about 7th place. Joey Logano takes stage 1 here from Atlanta. Great effort there for us as well to go from outside of the top 20 into the top 10 at a track that's really difficult to pass as well with the way the super speedway racing here is in this game at Atlanta. So we'll come in, we'll get tires, 4 tires, fuel, and no adjustments really to make, of course. And I mean, I guess we could turn like some tire pressures down or something, but there's really not a point. So we'll get our 4 tires and get ready to go racing here. The sun is going to set, and just like that, boom, it's nighttime. Bubba Wallace moves up a spot over Alex Bowman in the pits. He goes into 4th. Bowman drops to 5th. Green flag is out. Stage 2 kicks off here from Atlanta, and it's going to be holding 25 laps. We've got 10 additional laps on top of the second stage compared to stage number 1. This car looks really nice under the lights. I love this just flames paint scheme that we have with the Jack Links branding. The shade of red you see on the roof cam here, I kind of went for like a Jeff Gordon Drive to End Hunger type of red that was on his car. A very unique color, or just a unique shade of red, I should say. I guess, is it even red? It's like, I don't even know. I'm sure there's an official color for it, and it's probably not red, but you still know what I mean. As we continue to the end of lap 1 of this stage, a big shove from the King's Hawaiian number 11 Toyota Camry there of Denny Hamlin pushing us all the way into turn 1, right to the back of the Ally Financial 48. The big question now is who will be behind the wheel of that 48. Well, now that Alex Bowman's future is certain, I wouldn't be surprised if we got an announcement soon. Bowman's going to crowd us down into the corner into turn 3. He doesn't lift. We're crashing. And around goes the 48 of Alex Bowman, collecting the 12 of Blaney, the 7 of Suarez, and the caution is out. What in the world was Alex Bowman trying to accomplish there? This completely comes down on me. It wasn't like I made a last-second move. It wasn't like we were 4 wide. No, we were going 3 wide, and he just cut right across my nose after I had already been alongside him. A spotter miscommunication, something like that, I would, assume. I mean, I don't really understand exactly what that was about, and we just wrecked the 48 because of it. So we do get a little bit of right front damage, but nothing I don't think really concerning. Now as we cut to lap 6 at this point for the restart, 20 laps to go in stage 2, and Tyler Reddick's got himself out front, and now it's like, okay, let's calm down. Let's, we're still up front. Bowman, that was not my doing. He wrecked himself, so I don't feel like I gotta pay anybody back, in a good way of like, hey, if he gets to me, let him go or help him out. No, he wrecked himself. He came down and straight up wrecked himself. I don't really understand what the 48 was thinking there, but as we head down this front straightaway, not a great restart. Logano's going to drop back. I have help now coming from the 9 of Elliott, but that was just too little too late on the help right there. So restarting up front on the second lane does not seem to be very beneficial. Logano shoots the middle between Bell and Chastain, but I'm sticking with Chevrolet as a Chevy driver, and we'll give the push to the back of the 1. The 9 gives me the push into the turn 3. So the Chevys, and now around goes the 1. Chastain cautions out. We picked up damage from that one. We got into the back of them. 90% we're down to on the arrow, and that is a considerable amount of damage, and we are not even going to risk it. We're going to come in and fix that. That's 4 seconds of repairs. We'd be struggling for speed if we stayed out, so we're going to come in and we're going to fix it and go to the back of this pack. This is about to make things really interesting. I'm just looking the field. So right now there's 18 laps to go. We'll have 15 laps of field, but by the time we go green, we'll wait and see, but we're gonna be right about 15 laps to go, I think, when we go green. So let's wait and see as we're gonna go back racing now from the back of the pack. And this is really frustrating because we had worked to get ourselves up front, and now we're all the way back here, and we know it's hard to pass in Atlanta. So good luck. 15 laps to go. We've got 15 laps of fuel. So that is an interesting dynamic because there's nobody else, and I don't know why nobody pitted, because we could all make it if we pitted, I think, at least, and surprisingly everyone stayed out. So right now we're in a really good situation because everyone's going to have to pit, and then we might have an opportunity to just stay out and run all the way to the end of the stage, which would be kind of funny. Now if another caution comes out, I would expect cars to pit. Actually, look at our field now. 12 laps of fuel with 13 laps to go. So somehow, even in the draft, somehow we have burned through an extra lap of fuel. So all of a sudden we're about, maybe half a lap short, if I'm guessing. But we're absolutely slicing right now through this field a little bit now, and then we're into the top 35. We got help from the 84 of Jimmy Johnson, pushing a former part-time teammate there of Martin Truex Jr. into turn number 3 at Tricon. Of course, we had a very bad ending with Tricon last season, and it forced them into just being a part-time team for this season instead of full-time, after they even tried to, launch a lawsuit against us. Didn't work out in their favor, which obviously led to what we saw there is actually clipped the wall there into turn 1. But fortunately, that 48 gives me a boost back up the speed, and we are now stuck. We're stuck right here in the middle of the 30s. A host of ours back here as well, not having a great run in stage 2, coming to 10 laps to go at this point. Now Christopher Bell is going to be out in front as we continue through 3 and 4. Jimmy Johnson's around. The 84 goes around. Caution's going to fly, and this should bring everybody into the pits, right? No, not everybody. What in the world? Not everyone's pitting. I'm going to stay out because I can already make it now for sure with the caution. But Christopher Bell, the leader's staying out, and others are going to stay out as well, including the 99 of Connor Zilish, the 41 of Cole Custer as well. This makes zero sense because if you stay out now, you should not be able to make it still. But if you pitted, you obviously can make it. So by staying out, we move up into 23rd position. So that tells me everybody in front of me, 22 cars, of course, in front of me stay out on the racetrack. So we're talking a lot of cars that I don't think can make it to the end of this stage. Now, we've had a lot of caution laps, let's be honest. We have had a lot of yellows. So there is a chance, maybe, just maybe, I guess 3 cautions we've had with the 48, the 1, and now the 84. There's a world where maybe they're saving enough fuel under these cautions to try and stretch it to the end of the stage. Now, for me, that would not even be possible in no matter what scenario. But for the AI, we do know that they always seem to find a way to be able to save a little bit of fuel. But we're going to get aggressive. 3 wide with Connor Zilish into turn number 1 in that Trackhouse 99 Chevrolet Camaro. Right now, Christopher Bell has got himself out in front. We're coming to 5 laps to go. But don't be surprised if we see cars coming into the pits here in the next few laps that are trying to stretch it, but realize they're not going to be able to as we continue 3 wide in behind this 34 of Todd Gilliland. The 20 continues to lead now, and it'll be 5 laps to go as we cross the line to the inside of the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse, just continuing on the inside. We were continuing to go forward now into the top 20. Likely not going to get top 10 without cars spitting, but like I said, I think we're going to see it. Big check up there it is. The 21's in, the 60's in as well, and we slammed into the back of the 54 and lose a ton of momentum. I just simply wasn't ready for that. So now we know cars are going to be coming in, and it's going to be interesting to see who's going to pit and who's not going to pit. Like Christopher Bell, I'd imagine, would be coming in that number 20 as we continue towards the final now 3 laps of stage 2. This is going to shake up this race because you're going to lose a lap going into the pits. So as we head down this back straightaway now, expecting to see more big slam, and that's the 6 coming in. Larson, Suarez, Chastain as well. So a lap later, 2 laps to go. Bubba Wallace now leads, and now I'm already lifting to make sure I don't slam into the back of Gibbs, and sure enough, Wallace, Bell, Busher, they're all coming in. That's completely illegal, by the way. You can't pit with 2 to go in the stage, but they're coming in, and now Eric Jones is out of field. Kyle Busch is out in front of the pack, coming to 1 lap to go here. Drivers are going to get caught a lap down because there's some guys that won't go a lap down pitting and then stay out. Kyle Busch is out of field. The 8 is out in front of the field, and I'm going to just slip right on by around the outside on the final lap. They're crashing in the background as well, and the caution is out on the final lap of the stage, and we end up winning stage 2. Are you kidding me? What in the world did we just witness? We are going to pit. Obviously, we have to. I'm just confused. I mean, who's going to be on the lead lap, who isn't? We're not really going to know until the end of this race. But we're going to come in and take fuel and tires, and you see Busher and Bell, so they did not lose a lap pitting. So they cycle out to the front by staying out for stage 3, which means there's going to be, if I had to just run a few names right off the bat, the 5 of Kyle Larson guaranteed is a lap down. I actually can confirm it. Also, Suarez in the 7, Chastain in the 1, Zane Smith in the 38, and Ryan Preece are all at least scored 1 lap down to start this 3rd and final stage. So 25 laps to go. They're going to be regretting not pitting, on that original yellow that we just had a few minutes ago, and I don't understand that strategy. It's just an absolutely horrific strategy there from those guys, and it's going to ruin their races now. They're all racing for that free pass. For us, things worked out very, very well, and all of a sudden, we're up front again here. I mean, stealing the stage 1 win, an additional 10 points right there as well, and now we're back up here in the mix to go for a race win here from Atlanta. We have never been in the mix to win a race in Atlanta, I don't think really at all. I think there was one time in the O'Reilly series where we were. A big lunge there to the outside, though, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, number 17, RFK Ford Mustang of Chris Buescher. He's still looking for his first win of the season, just 1 win last season, and it came at Darlington in the when we had the playoff opener. But Christopher Bell pushes me out in front in this Jack Links Dale Earnhardt Jr. Motorsports number 15 Chevrolet now, and we take the lead here from Atlanta with just over 20 laps to go. Keep in mind, we are going to have to pit under green if we don't get a caution, and we had a very chaotic stage 2, plenty of yellows now. I think we had 4 yellows for cause in stage 2 compared to stage 1 without a single caution. The question is, will we see a bit of stage 1, or will we see a bit of a repeat of stage 2 here in this final stage? But now it's all about covering off the lines, all the momentum, and just covering the 17. And right now we've got a very easy job because there's really only 1 lane coming with speed. And oh my goodness, here we go. Already coming in is several drivers, Bowman and Gilliland, Jones. I saw Elliott as well. We are coming to 14 to go, so we are in the fuel window, but I was a bit caught off guard by how early they were coming in. Now, we're not far away from having to come in for fuel is SVG. How about it? Shane Van Gisbergen up here into the conversation. You see it, 3 laps of fuel. I just expected them to wait another 2 laps or so, but this didn't happen. As Riley Herbst as well up here into the conversation, but we got control right now. We are fully controlling this pace, and in comes Herbst and others, as well as I think Cody Ware and as well Martin Truex Jr. There comes Van Gisbergen, Briscoe, and a few others. We're going to go one more lap around. Logano's in as well, so as we come out of turn 2, lap 54, our crew chief recommends taking right sides. We're not going to do that. We're going to take no tires, and we're going to take a can and a half of fuel, which will be just enough to get us to the end of this race. You have to pull down right here. Now, you have to be down to pit speed by there, but clearly they don't follow that in the game, as everybody is still going over 100 miles per hour, as my goodness, they are going to just rip right on by me. At least the 71 does. We're going to, of course, make that time up here, of course, speeding into the pit lane there, and we'll come in, we'll get our fuel in the car and get ready to go back racing and waiting to see. We might actually, it's an 8.8, we actually come out in front of the 71, so we don't get blown away there in the pit stop as well. And look at this pack coming up here. I say pack, it's Ryan Blaney is in the 12 is leading. He's still yet to come into the pits. I believe the same for Stenhouse. We might be leading once this is all said and done as we exit turn 2, and Ryan Blaney is slow as molasses. I think he's out of fuel. Blaney's out, and he didn't even come into the pits. The 24 comes in, the 23's in. Blaney is out of gas. My favorite thing about this game is at the super speedways where they will literally run themselves out of fuel for no reason at all and do that. And that's going to ruin Blaney's race. And we're going to be, once this cycles through, we're going to be back out in front, and we're going to be in the lead by a good chunk, as you can see here, 4 to 5 tenths of a second. And we're coming up on just 6 laps to go, but here comes a line of fast cars all together in the draft. McDowell, Gilliland, Logano, Bowman as well, and others. Allmendinger back there in the conversation. So we're coming to 6 to go, but it's not going to be a walk in the park, but ever since we've got the lead here on this final stage, we've been pretty well in control of this race. But here comes McDowell right to my back bumper. They're going to run this middle lane, so we are, of course, going to cover. There's another 4-car group coming on the inside with Allmendinger, Van Gisbergen as well, and I believe Austin Cindric, as both lanes would come together. So now we've got to, of course, cover both, and now we jump down to the inside here into turn 1, but got to be well aware of that second lane on the outside. Here comes Todd Gilliland, going to jump up in front of that 34 briefly down this back straightaway, then back into turn 3. We're going to jump back down to the inside to cover off this inside line. The outside gets a good run, though, down those back straightaways and into front straightaway, and Gilliland was alongside me into turn 1, but couldn't quite hold on as we exit turn 2, coming to 3 laps to go. This time by, we might be in position to win another race. Big run coming from the top. We're going to cover, but as soon as that happens, a run to the inside. McDowell catches me off guard. He gets alongside Michael McDowell to the lead and maybe fighting for his job at Spire Motorsports by the end of the season. And he brings AJ Allmendinger, Eric Jones, and Austin Cindric with them on this inside line as we head down into turn number 1, and alongside that 16 crashing Cindric in the background collects Penske teammate of Logano. We were 3rd at the caution. Bowman's going to come into the pits, and now it's going to be NASCAR overtime. We have just enough fuel to go to the end of this race, and now if we're going to win this race, we're going to have to really get up on the wheel and get aggressive, but we have a very real chance. Thank goodness that caution came out, honestly. It gives us an opportunity to go after it here. So Michael McDowell, AJ Allmendinger, your front row. Both drivers would love to get to victory lane, but as we go back racing here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, it's 2 laps to go here from Atlanta in overtime. Help from behind with the 34 of Gilliland. Watch for the 22 Auto Trader Ford Mustang of Joey Logano. Can't rule out him on a super speedway as we head long through 1 and out of turn 2 down this back straightaway, waiting for our cars to get up to speed now. Eric Jones going to pull up to the back of that 16 of Allmendinger, and now I've got help from the 34 of Todd Gilliland. We're going to have to time our move. We don't want to make it too early. Obviously, you don't want to wait too long. Ideally, we make a move into turn 3 final lap. That's where I would love to make a move to the inside of the 71 if possible. 1 lap to go. Here we go. 30 seconds to win this race. Right to the back of the 71. I thought about it. He has us covered now. We got to clear the car to our right there of Allmendinger. And out of turn 2, I lift a little bit to get a big push from the 34 down this back straightaway. Here we go. Here comes Ron McDowell's a sitting duck. We launch to the inside into turn 3. And side by side, not for long, clear out of turn 4. And we're going to do it. We're going to go back to back from winning in Pocono to winning in Atlanta. Our first Super Speedway win as a NASCAR Cup Series driver, in the first Super Speedway win we've ever had in the NASCAR 25 career mode. How about it? A second consecutive win, and just like that, we're turning in from, a rookie to can he even win races? And now here we are winning 2 races, including the All-Star race, to make that 3 as we hold off the field and steal the win at the end. What a race, what a finish, and things continue to just get absolutely phenomenal for this number 15 Junior Motorsports team. I didn't do a burnout because it would have been like in the middle of the daytime in the game, so I do apologize for that. But let's take a look at the points, because there's some rough finishes for some bubble drivers and some drivers high in the points, and we still maintain P7. We're almost 100 points back, by the way, from the next guy in front of us, Denny Hamlin. But Alex Bowman is out of the chase now, as Austin Cindric has a great run, putting him into the chase by 7 points over the 48. Ryan Preece drops to 11 points above the cut line. Chastain's only 27 above the cut line. Keselowski, Hocevar with a little bit of work to do, but they're still very much in the conversation. That's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one, where we head to the Chicago street course. We got 2 road courses on the way, and we'll try to continue this success to make it 3 in a row. I'll see you guys then. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.